Good morning, good morning. I'm out here by Denver, Colorado. Some little town outside of it. But I'm doing a PTI this morning on my rig. Pre-trip inspection. I'm a little low on my oil. So, you know, you want to... low on the oil, so every morning or whatever, before you start your trip, you want to make sure that you check your oil level. As you can see, I'm about a quarter so off. So, what I do from a very good friend by the name of Corey Guilford, shout out to my man. He put me up on a lot of games, so when I go and get my oil change, I put a gallon of Lucas oil. This is the oil that I use. But I put a gallon of Lucas oil in it, and it take about 12 of these to fill up my truck. So I get a gallon of Lucas oil. They give me a gallon of the regular oil because I paid for it. And I also pay for the Lucas. So as you can see, I got a bit of a coolant leak right there. Doing your PTI, you want to always come out, step back like this. See if there's any leaks under there. In my case, I do got a leak, but it's minor. It's not coming from the radiator or nothing like that. It's coming from this. It's coming from that filter right there. Let's see if I can get underneath there so you can see. You see it right there? It's leaking right there. Yeah. And then it's also leaking from right there. So I need to get another hose. And I got the filter already in the truck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop at the TA, have them put a new hose on there, and put my filter on there. Shouldn't be that much. I'll turn my wheels out so I can get in there and fill up my reservoir with more coolant. I keep a bottle on me, plus a bottle of water, and windshield wiper fluid and oil and stuff. So I'm gonna check your brakes. Check all of your braking system, your push rod, your slack adjuster, your brake drums, your brake pads. You want to check all of that, make sure it's in good working condition, not broken or anything. Come on at the top. The little tug on your belts. Make sure they tight, no less than an inch free play on it, or a quarter inch, something like that. Took all your electrical components. Oh, I forgot to say the brake chamber. So brake chamber, your push rod, your slack adjuster. This fills up with air, it pushes out the push rod, pushes against the slack adjuster, turn the mechanisms up in here. I forgot what that's called, but I know what it is. And it pushes out the brakes, the brake pads to release or to press against the brake drum. And trucks don't run off discs, they run off drums, and they don't run off fluid, they run off air. Make sure you want to check your lights and everything. I already thumped my tires. I checked my tires at 100 PSI. I usually like to leave like 95 in there to 98, because especially in the summertime when you're rolling, In the summertime when you're rolling, the ground is hot and air gets into the tires. You know what I mean. I'm not saying it correctly, but my bellows, airbags, make sure they working good and not leaking. There's another one on this side. You want to check your leaf springs, make sure they're not cracked or shifted. You want to make sure you got a reflector on your mud flaps on your tractor. That's important. I got a ticket for that one time. So you want to make sure you got a red and white reflector on there. I check my cable connections, air lines, electrical cable. Everything is good. Drive shaft. Make sure everything look good. My brake chamber's back there. Brake pads. Everything look good. Brake chamber up here. Slack adjusters. Everything look good. And it doesn't take long to do all this. The last thing you need is to be lazy and not do it. And then you get down the road and you can't stop. Make sure your fuel tanks aren't leaking. Your airlines tight. Everything looks good. Look at your brake chambers and slack adjusters from this side. Everything looks good. Nothing in between the dual tires. Now this is a recap tire. It's gonna be time for me to get another one in a minute. But it's all good. We're still rolling. Yeah. So, and of course we're gonna do the same thing back there with the trailer. So far everything looks good, with the exception of my leak. Brake chamber, push rod, slack adjuster. That's my fuel filter. My reservoir for the washer fluid, windshield washer fluid. Oil filter, one of the oil filters. My power steering reservoir. You can see I'm a little low on oil, so I'm about to put a little bit more oil in there. Gearbox for the steering wheel, steering gearbox. Everything appears to be good. All my connections up there looks good. Electrical, air. She's a beauty. She's a runner. Let's get this money. I'm on my way to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Here in Colorado. Ain't been out here in years, but as long as I don't have to go past Denver. To those mountains over there. That should be pretty much good. Let me do this again though. With a better view. Let's see. Okay. Brake chamber. Push rod. Slack adjuster. Slack adjuster. Push rod. Brake chamber. When you depress on the brake paddle, the brake chamber fills with air, pushes against the push rod, which pushes the slack adjuster. It turns this right here, which will depress the brake pads against the brake drum. See, brake pads, brake drum. Air fills the brake chamber. Brake chamber push against the push rod. Push rod pushes out the slack adjuster. Turns the S-cam. I think that's what it's called. And it pushes the brake pads against the brake drum. Alright? That's how the braking system go. On all 10 or 18 of these wheels. Well, not actually 18, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 axles. On all 10 axles. Each one of these are an axle. 1 axle. 2 axle. 3 axle. 4 axle. 5 axle on that side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4, 8, 10. Alright. Let's get this money. Mega Transport, baby. If you got any questions, holler at your boy. Oh, wait. One more thing before I go. I almost forgot. Also need to check your gear oil. So you wanna always keep a toolbox in my truck. You just never know. So you wanna check your gear oil on here. Pull that out. Take off the glove. Should have about that much on your finger of gear oil on both sides. Just put that back on. And guys, this only take a few minutes. They give you 15 minutes on your pre-trip. And if you're doing a thorough pre-trip, this should take about this 15 minutes if you're doing all of this. Most times, you checking the most important stuff, and that's it. See? Pop that back on there, because you don't want this gear, you don't want this axle to run dry. Alright, so make sure your IFTA stickers is current and up to date. You gotta have your name over there with the DOT number. You're no longer required, FMCSA no longer require the drivers to trucks to have their MC number on the truck, but you see trucks riding past and they got all that stuff on their truck, and that's their business. They do what they want to do. Me, I didn't want as much all that information on there. I just want to represent my company name like I'm supposed to, where we from, Dixmoor, Illinois, Harvey World, and our US DOT number. Yep. So I'm gonna finish putting this oil in here. And that's what it is. Mega Transport. Holla at your boy.